Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Homage to the Blessed One, the Worthy One, the Supremely Enlightened One. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Namo Buddhaya. Dear Dhamma friends, we were very fortunate. We were born as human beings. Since we were born as human beings, we've got the ability to talk. We got the ability to think wisely. We got the ability to see this world. But then, dear Dhamma friends, some people, when they get this ability, they misuse these abilities. When people see animals, they feel like hunting them. They feel like killing them. When they go near a river, they feel like fishing. So, dear Dhamma friends, when we utilize this human life, we have to be very careful. It's not easy as we think. If we don't handle this human life according to the true nature of this world, we will have to suffer ourselves. But the ones who handle this life according to the true nature, they don't have to suffer in life. They may have bodily pains, but they won't suffer mentally. Dear Dhamma friends, why we should learn to live peacefully? There is a reason. There is a reason. When we utilize this human life, we should be very careful. Why? From our eyes we see various things. From the ears also we hear many things. Then from the nose we smell many things. Then we taste. Then we feel. And also we think. So with these 6 sense faculties, we have to deal very carefully. We should guard these sense faculties. We should restrain these sense faculties. We should use these 6 sense faculties in a way that will not bring sadness to our life, in a way that will not lead to a misfortune in life. As I told you earlier, some people, when they see animals, they feel like hunting them. They feel like killing them. They feel like harming others. Why is that? They forget that all beings like happiness. Sukha kamani bhutani. All beings like to live happily. Buddha said, try to put always yourself in another's place. Then just imagine like this. Would you like if somebody killed you? No. Would you like if somebody steal from you? No. In the same way, other beings also do not like when we hurt others. I'm going to tell you a nice story, dear Dhamma friends. In the past, there was one man. He was a hunter. He used to go on hunting every day. So he used to go to the forest and fix around 100 traps. So one day, he did this for a long period, and one day he felt very thirsty. And then he went around the forest, there was no water. And then when he was going in search of water, he found a monastery where monks were living. And then he went looking for some water. And then he saw some pots filled of water. He saw some pots. And then he went close to the pots, and then he opened the pots and saw. He checked whether there are water inside the pots. But then when he opened the lids, there were no water in the pots. There were many other pots over there. And then he went to the second pot and he opened the second lid. But then there was no water in the second pot as well. Then there were 7 pots. In all of those 7 pots, there were no water. But dear Dhamma friends, actually there were water. Due to his bad karma, he can't see the water in these pots. And then he started yelling the monks inside the monastery. What kind of monks in this monastery? Aren't they drinking water? Don't they have enough water in this monastery? Are they lazy to do chores? So while this man was yelling, a monk came out from the monastery and asked, how can I help you? Why are you yelling here? Then he said, I am thirsty. I need water. Then the monk said, why not? There's enough water here. You can drink as much as possible. Then he said, where I got water? I've checked all these pots, not a single drop of water. Then the monk opened the lids and checked. Dear Dhamma friends, there were water filled in all the pots. Then the monk understood. Tell me honestly, it looks like you have got signs of ghost world. It looks like you have got signs of a ghost. It looks like you are going to be born in a ghost world very soon. Tell me honestly, did you do anything bad? What kind of a job you do? Do you hurt others? Bhante, my job is killing animals. I'm going on hunting. I kill animals for meat. I used to fix traps for animals. Then the monk said, okay, I will try to feed you some water. The monk took a pot of water and tried to pour him, but not a single drop of water is passing through the throat. Then the monk said, immediately go back. If you want to overcome this bad karma, immediately go back and go and remove those traps. If the animals are trapped for those traps, let them go, release them. Then he immediately went back and he removed all the traps. He released whoever the animals who got trapped. And then he came back. And then, dear Dhamma friends, the monk tried to pour water to his mouth. Then he was able to drink a little bit. And then this man rejoiced. He understood there's something valuable among these monks. They know the reality of life. They know the real solutions for the human beings that human beings go through in life. Then he said, Bhante, I'd like to learn more about Buddhist teachings. Then he gave up hunting. Then this monk gave 5 precepts. But this body is like always burning. After some time, he said, Bhante, my body is still burning. Dear Dhamma friends, after giving 5 precepts, after some time, his body got cooled. There was no such a nature of burning. But then eventually he was learning Dhamma and then he asked for ordination. Finally, after learning Dhamma, after becoming a monk, he meditated and he became Arahant. Now see the value of the Buddha's teachings. See the value of meeting monks. Dear Dhamma friends, in this Dhamma path, there are 4 enlightenments. There are 4 steps that you can reach enlightenment. First one is stream entrant. Second one is one returner. Third one is non-returner. Fourth one is Arahant. To reach one of these enlightenments, at least to reach the first enlightenment, that means to become a stream enterer, the first thing Buddha said is to associate noble friends. When you associate noble friends, you get to learn the Dhamma, the true teachings, the sublime Dhamma taught by a Buddha. Then that is something external. When you get those 2 things externally, you'll have to do 2 things internally. That is thinking wisely and practicing this Dhamma wholeheartedly. So dear Dhamma friends, just imagine if that hunter did not meet that monastery, did not meet that monk, what would have happened to that hunter? He would have died and been born in ghost world. Even in ghost world, he will never have water. There are ghost stories they tell for 55 years no water. When they meet monks, they tell, Bhante, for 55 years I can't remember. I have eaten food, I have taken food, I have drank water. Some demons say, when I go under a tree looking for shelter, the tree disappears. When I go near water, the water turns into blood. There is no shelter for them. Why? Doing evil deeds when they were living a human life. So dear Dhamma friends, we are very fortunate. We should be heedful. We should handle this human life very carefully. We should use these abilities very carefully. So we should live with full of loving kindness and not later regret. That hunter escaped because there were powerful monks to help him. And then he experienced a bad time in life. We have not experienced such a nature. If you would have experienced such a nature, Remember, in future lives also we can get this kind of a nature in future as well. In this life we may not be a hunter, but in next life there's an opportunity, there's a possibility to become hunters, to go on fishing and also have a bad occupation in next life. That's why Buddha said to escape from birth, to attain Nibbana. When you attain Nibbana, there is no rebirth. There is no lust, anger, and delusion remaining. So meritorious Dhamma friends, may you have the opportunity to understand the reality of life and the danger of doing bad deeds and develop good deeds. And may you realize the Four Noble Truths in this Gautama Buddha's dispensation. Namo Buddhaya.